Perimeter means surrounding area. In geometry, the perimeter is distance around a shape. To find the perimeter, we will have to add the lengths or distances around a shape. We will start by finding the length of the non-diagonal sides. To find the length of the non-diagonal sides, you may either count and multiply by the scale, or subtract the coordinates from each other. We will start with the top side. To find the horizontal distance, we will subtract the right point from the left point, so 18 minus -6, which is 24. For the left side, we will need to find the vertical distance, so we will subtract the top point from the bottom point, which will be 14 minus -10, which is 24. To find the length of the bottom side, we will subtract the right point from the left point, so 2 minus -6, which is 8. For these sets of problems, we will draw an auxiliary line to create a right triangle to use Pythagorean theorem. To use Pythagorean theorem, we will need to know the side lengths of the triangle, then add the squares of the lengths and find the square roots of the sum. Once done, we can see that the side lengths of the non-diagonal sides are 26, 22, and 14. The last step is to add the lengths of each side. In this case, the perimeter is 84.84. Once again, for the first problem, we will begin by finding the lengths of each side by subtracting the coordinates. Recall, to find the horizontal distance, we will subtract the right point to the left point, and to find the vertical length, we will subtract the top point from the bottom point. The top side will be 16 minus -10, which is 26. The left side will be 12 minus -10, which is 22, and the bottom side will be 4 minus -10, which is 14. Next, we will draw an auxiliary line to create a right triangle. Then we'll determine the side lengths and apply Pythagorean theorem, so we will find the square root of 22 squared plus 12 squared. After finding the diagonal, we will add the lengths of all four sides to find the perimeter. For problem 2, once again we will start by finding the length of the sides. We can find the length of the non-diagonal sides by either counting the amount of space from one side to the other and multiplying by the scale, which in this case is 3. The other method will be to subtract coordinates. We will use subtraction, and start with the top side of the trapezoid. To find horizontal distance, subtract the rightmost point to the leftmost point, so 18 minus -15, which is 33. Next, we will find the length of the left side. To find vertical distance, subtract the top point from the bottom point, so this will be 18 minus 12, which is 30. Finally, we will find the bottom side of the trapezoid by subtracting 3 and -15, which is 18. Next, we will find the length of the diagonal by using Pythagorean theorem. To use Pythagorean theorem, we need a right triangle which can be created by drawing an auxiliary line and finding the lengths of the sides. The triangle has lengths of 30 and 15. Next, we need to take the square root of the side squared and add it. So this will be the square root of 30 squared plus 15 squared, which is 33.54. Once we know all the lengths of the sides, we will add them to find the perimeter, which will be 114.54. For problem 3, the scale is going by 3, we will begin by finding the length of each non-diagonal side. The top is 27 units, the left side is 18 units, the bottom side is 15 units. Next, we will draw an auxiliary line to create a right triangle and use Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the diagonal, and finish by adding the lengths of all of the four sides. For problem 4, the scale is going by 4s, we will begin by finding the length of each non-diagonal side. The top is 36 units, the left side is 24 units, the bottom side is 20 units. Next, we will draw an auxiliary line to create a right triangle and use Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the diagonal, and finish by adding the lengths of all of the four sides. For problem 5, the scale is going by 5s, we will begin by finding the length of each non-diagonal side. The top is 65 units, the left side is 60 units, the bottom side is 35 units. Next, we will draw an auxiliary line to create a right triangle and use Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the diagonal, and finish by adding the lengths of all of the four sides.